What's good, fellow prowlers? In this video, I'm going to give you a quick, nasty, and the most sloppiest rundown on how to play Panther. 3 principles you need to master to make you a mecha threat out on the battlefield. Now, I'm going to go ahead and make a bold claim here, and I know it's very bold, but I'm going to assume that you can read, and you took 30 seconds to read this mech's skills. Okay? Good. Number 1, always charge your lance. Have it ready to go. It's on a 3-second cooldown. You can even hold it while doing other things, flying around, dodging, even attacking with your other melee blade. And the reason why you always want to have this charge is because it's going to be used with the other 2 things we're about to talk about, the other 2 principles. We're going to start with this one first, and that is your shield. To become the best, you got to be able to master this parry mechanic. Panther has that shield. It's a great way to deal with other melee mechs when they eventually come after you. See, we're not worried about these little squishy punks that want to fly around like Falcon and all the healers, right? We could chase them down, no problem. But every now and then, you got to be able to defend yourself against the other brawlers. So let's say a Welkin is running at you. You pop up your shield right when they do an auto, and then they get temporarily stunned. It's a parry. And then since you already have your lance fully charged, you can just drill that shit right into their chest for big damage.
That's a lot of damage.
Rinse and repeat. This is going to make you a one-of-a-kind brawler out there, and they're going to have to play a little bit more cautiously. Now, let me go ahead and just throw this in here, and I'll touch on it again later on, is that you're also susceptible to parries. So you got to remember that those brawlers also have their shields and are also able to parry you, and that can even come off your lance. So that's why in the final principle, we're going to touch on the best way to kind of open up these fights and ultimately do your main combo to avoid getting parried, or at least minimize your chances of getting parried. And number 3 involves your other melee blade. I forget the name of it, but who cares? Your melee blade will allow you to really be effective in terms of killing people, because your lance is kind of while it's really strong, you have to be a little precise on when you use it. Otherwise, you just kind of whiff and fly off into the distance. You want to effectively use it after a parry or with the combo we're about to go over. But ultimately, your blade is going to be what's going to help you finish people off, chase them down, especially when it comes to flyers. So with your blade, if you just straight up charge an enemy, they have the option to parry you if they're a mech that has a shield like a Welkin or Stellaris or things like that. So the best way to get around the shield, the parry mechanic, is to come from above with an aerial strike. These, for about 90% of mechs, they cannot block this, and it temporarily stuns them. And again, we have our lance fully charged, ready to go, and you already know what to do with that. Drill that shit right into their chest for big damage.
No, that's a lot of damage.
And then depending on which mech it is, you can then continue to follow up with melee strikes, chasing with your melee blade, because no one is going to get away from you. So you got to be kind of mindful of how you're using this blade, because it is very sensitive and can cause you to fly all over the place erratically, looking like a fool, losing your target. So the best way that I found it to be useful and to really maximize it is you want to lock on to your target and then just click once, let him dash. He moves so fast. Just let him dash up to him. If you end up hitting them, just kind of hold there a little bit. They're usually going to panic and do some kind of dash to get away from you. Just readjust, relock on, tap, let them follow, tap again. You can do another double hit on them. Keep that process up. I'll show you here with this Falcon gameplay. I know I'm not spamming the right click because it just moves too erratically and you'll waste your energy. But then you use your energy to follow up and chase them. Be patient with it. But ultimately, I'm showing you, the combo here. Strike from above, pierce them with the lance, rinse and repeat. Now, sometimes you will land that aerial down strike, but the mech won't be stunned. A little unfortunate, but, ultimately, that's kind of what you want to keep doing. Now, if you come up behind them, you might as well just, straight up melee attack them, because that's free damage. Now, I just want to give you this last tip. It's the only one I found to be super stupid and super annoying, is that sometimes the downward aerial slash will be countered by one move that I found, and it comes from Welkin. That stupid spin move. For some reason, it'll block your lance, and it will block your downward strike. I don't know. It was like a 50% chance that sometimes it gets blocked, sometimes it doesn't. So just be careful when you're going after the Welkin. Try to get them when they're not doing that stupid spin and come up from behind. Otherwise, you're gonna get wrecked. And there you go. That's Panther. These 3 core principles, you master them, you're gonna dominate. You're gonna have a good time. See you guys on the next one. I'll be some brand, but